Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Man, why is it when you come in and you're in a good mood and you deal with Windows and all of a sudden you're ticked off? No wonder that idiot Bill Gates runs with so many security guards. Your system sucks. Anyway, welcome into Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams. Don't forget, of course, this program is now being seen with no help from Windows around the world on our live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link. If you're on a mobile device, you can get to it with your YouTube app. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man. Leader Man, all one word, spelled like it sounds. And if you're on your mobile device, you can also get just an audio stream if you want that. Many streaming platforms work, like apps like TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer. Many others do too. Alexa will work. Siri will work. Just put WEEB into the search, and we should appear at the top of your results. And look at that little icon that says News Talk, for our icon off of our website. And if you're on our website at talk973.com, that screen's available in the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages where it says Listen Live. Tap that icon once in the upper right-hand corner of every page, and you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area is going to be partly cloudy today, very warm. We're pushing 80 now, folks. High of 76 tonight, partly cloudy, 63. Front comes through tomorrow. That's going to deliver us a chance of showers throughout the day. Looks a high of 78. Now we're really pushing 80. Then things cool off. Friday night, a few showers likely, a low of 48. Then for Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 60. Clear Saturday night and 40. Sunday, sunny and 58. That's more in my ball game there. Monday, sunny and 60. 57 on Tuesday and 59 on Wednesday. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are, southeast at 3, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure 30-24, dew point 45, humidity 93%, it's clear, and 47 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, well, a lot of things going on in Hollywood, especially with the college scandal that has come front and center. Let's see here. Let me get to my notes. As expected, Lori Loughlin returned to the U.S. yesterday and surrendered to authorities. She was released on $1 million bond, just like her husband. So they got $2 million pledged up. Unlike Felicity Huffman, she gets to keep her passport because she's working on a project in Canada. She does a little Netflix series up there, a little, I guess you call it goody two-shoes type show, and nothing wrong with that. And it's filmed in Canada. When Lori was being charged with breaking the law to get her daughter into USC, guess where one of those daughters was? Can you guess? On a yacht belonging to the chairman of USC's board of directors. That's not a bad look, is it? The guy's daughter brought several friends to the Bahamas, including Lori's 19-year-old daughter, Olivia Jade. She was the one that posted a video a couple of years ago saying, "Oh, I'm going to college, but really, I hate going to class. I'm just there for the ball games and parties." But after the news broke, everyone decided it would be best if she came home. You think? TMZ caught up with John Stamos and Jody Sweeney yesterday, but both declined comment. The guy who ran the scam actually made a video pitching the reality show about his work-life coaching families about getting their kids into college. The video was made in 2010, a year before he allegedly started his racket. He also posted some videos on YouTube in 2013. Okay, but a lot of businesses are seeming to crop up here and there now that this is happening. And also some past what do we say, past scenes from like Desperate Housewives. In fact, Felicity Huffman is putting a positive spin on the college admission scandal, trying to.
My name is Felicity Huffman. You might know me from such terrible TV shows as Desperate Housewives and Desperate Housewives. When you sign on to the net, you might read a story about the unusual day I had. Normally, there's never anything newsworthy about my life. That all changed. Of course, everything seemed quite normal at first. I went to hot yoga. I mailed the bribery check for my daughter's SAT proctor. I had her face photoshopped onto a lacrosse athlete by the best in the business. I called Aunt Becky and told her $500,000 for USC is too much. Now Yale. Yes, I spent the day like I spend every other day, ignoring my husband and helping other rich, entitled women to secure a spot in an Ivy League school for their child who has no business being there. But at least they took the place of a poor student.
Well, the question becomes, how do you get a kid into a good college? Money.
Actresses, business leaders, and coaches are among 50 people facing charges in an alleged college bribery scheme.
The best things in life are free, but not if your kid wants a PhD. It takes money. What they want, that's what they want. That's what they want. It takes money. That's what they want. You'll be so proud on graduation day. Unless your kid becomes the new DA, it takes money. What they want, that's what they want. That's what they want. Hey, you know what USC stands for? University of Spoiled Children.
You know, back when I went to college from 71 to 75, and that was during the oil embargo. And we had a massive recession going on here in this country. And it was tough. It was tough. I was working at the News Observer as a photographer, too. I've said that many times, to help get me through college. And so I needed a college that was local to that. And that's one of the reasons I went to North Carolina State. It had what I needed, which was a business degree. And, well, it was in town. And it was a prestigious school. It's one of the state-supported schools. And I appreciate the taxpayers supporting it because I couldn't have gone without it. Back then, my tuition was right at $500 a semester. And the books cost about the same, $500 a semester. Didn't have internet and Google and all that crap. You had books and 12-story libraries. We had to look things up. There was no Google it going on back then. And you had to go take the SATs. And you took them twice because they'll take your better score. And, you know, did fine on that. Got accepted at state and went. In fact, they just going in, they say, well, we don't expect you to do so well here. Proved them wrong, you know. 4 years later, I walked out with one of the very first business degree they ever handed out. Prior to the year that I graduated, you could not get a business management on your diploma. It said liberal arts, which we know that's pretty worthless. Anyway, but I was thinking back about how I would have felt if I didn't get in, because somebody had used their money and influence to bypass the system and got in ahead of me. You think I would have been ticked off? A lot of people like that. But they make it easy, so easy now, once you're in. Dershowitz was talking about it yesterday, or last couple of days, how they won't give you anything below a B. That's not college. The only way to flunk out is just not show up. And what a waste of money that is. And I'm not sure every kid appreciates, once they're in, what they have. A real opportunity ahead of them. And they start, in today's world, they got to make it so daggone easy that, I'll get the notes online of the class and study those. And I've always said that if you just go to every class, just make it a rule, you don't miss classes. Now, they got them at all hours of the day, and a lot of kids, I'll put them all in the afternoons, they sleep all morning, stay up all night. But you got to put a little discipline in your life. And I always scheduled all mine from 8 to noon. Carried a full load, 15 hours. And I made it a rule, I went to every class, and I took the notes. And from the notes in the books, you can pass every single class there. There's not a one you can't pass if you just take good notes. But they make it they make it to the point now that they spoon feed it in you. And as we go for this, well, you heard on the news there, Grimacey's putting forth the school budget, and he's going to present it to the school board. And one thing that bothers me about all this is that he's going to present it to the Board of Commissioners. Why isn't the school board presenting it to the Board of Commissioners? And they'll say, well, we're doing it by letting our superintendent show them. School board should be presenting it. Somebody on that school board should be presenting it. We elected them, not Grimacey. And I don't care how well he knows it. The school board should know it better, is my point. Your job is to look after our schools and look after him. And quit letting the tail wag the dog here. The school board should be presenting it to the county commissioners. And they should have a thorough understanding of every line on that budget when they do so. And not get it done by proxy. You need to step up, start doing your job. And it's not listening to Dr. Grimacey, it's telling him how it's going to be. Act like you got elected and you're running things. Instead of this crap of saying, we just give advice and direction, and we let staff do it all. No, they're your employees. You tell them what to do. You listen to them also, but you make the decisions. That's your job. Because it's, they're putting forth all this, asking for an increase in money again for the budget. Not enough, we just paid a whole bunch of money for schools. We could have saved 25% on, but nobody wants to listen on how to do it. So we want more money for all the schools. But you know what? When they get to Sand Hills over there, you don't have to take my word for it. Go talk to the professors over there and the teachers over there. They can't even do simple English and simple math. So what does that say about our school system? We've lost how to teach the basics. We're just passing them through, just like college is. Can't get below a B in college now? Come on. What's with that? Man, when I was at state, man, they give you an F so fast, make your head swim. And they didn't care. You don't earn the grade, you don't get the grade. Well, maybe your kid's too stupid to be getting into a college. Who knows? But no problem, though.
The high school reunion is coming up. Are you ready to impress?
I got a degree from Harvard and Yale.
Both? Wow, that's really impressive. Considering you were voted most likely to mistake sidewalk chalk for candy.
Yeah, I know. But my mom and dad made some bribes. Really sweet. Go Ivy Leagues, right?
Right.
I miss having a locker.
SAT scores and academic requirements are irrelevant. We're the Huffman-Laughlin Group. We gather special financing, talk to the right people, and make deals. Contact us now and get your kid into the school of your choice. It's easy. We're Huffman-Laughlin, where different rules apply, so you don't have to apply.
I went to Harvard. Hey, why doesn't my drink come with cheese? Dude, it's a napkin. My bad.
Well, today is Pi Day. It's 314. Pi, of course, 3.14. It's the given norm of it. A number that doesn't have it goes to infinity as far as the number goes. But they're also a sponsor.
Today's show is brought to you by Pi Day. It's today. So go get some and shove it in your pie hole.
There you go. Right around the corner, of course, is St. Patrick's Day. That's on the 17th. They're having St. Patrick's Day Parade in Pinehurst this Saturday. It's at 11 o'clock. If you're in it, you line up at 10 o'clock. And, of course, wear something green. If you're not a big drinker, but you still want to have a good time on St. Patrick's Day, well, this is the product that you need.
The pressure to go out and party hard on St. Patrick's Day can be overwhelming, especially if you're not a drinker, because there's no way to prove that you ripped it up with the best of them. That's why you need Cute Puke, the fake vomit you can bring anywhere. Crafted with a gooey texture, realistic-looking chunks of fake meat, and a bodily fluid-like imitation liquidy shine. Just discreetly peel and stick to any surface, so don't feel like you're being judged. To party till you puke. You still can without the unpleasant sick nausea, pounding headache, and the disgusting cleanup.
Another 12 pictures from my buddy. I'm so hammered. This is the greatest night, you son of a... You having a good time, bro?
I certainly am. I'm partying right with you and the crew. Check it out.
Dude, you barfed. That's adorable. God, I love you, man. You rock.
I do indeed. Thanks, Cute Puke.
Cute Puke, available in realistic colors. Pizza orange, beef brown, food poisoning hazel, or red wine burgundy.
Hey, girls, who's Irish? How about like this?
Well, if you want to celebrate St. Patrick's Day like a leprechaunic gangsta, we got that covered for you, too.
Go, 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 go. Go, leprechaun! It's St. Patty's Day! We're going to party like it's St. Patty's Day! We're gonna drink Guinness like it's St. Patty's Day! Hey, let's all go get drunk cause it's St. Patty's Day! Find me in the pub, as always I'm drunk, enjoying a pint of Guinness instead of that Yankee stuff. Well, kiss me, I'm Irish, I got lots of luck, it's St. Patty's Day! Let's all get f***ed up! You'll act like you never seen a leprechaun before. I'm not one of those Keebler cookie elves, that's for sure. I stand 3'4", green to the core. Cross me past, you're done for. Cause I got me a shillelagh that's big and long. It's like a log. The lassies refer to me as tripod. I keep it in peat moss, wrapped in a protective sock. It's like walking around with a loaded Glock. But don't be touching my shillelagh though, cause it's as hard as a shamrock. You find me in the pub, as always I'm drunk, enjoying a pint of Guinness instead of that Yankee stuff.
That's enough of all that stuff. Let's move on. There's a new wearable breastfeeding device for dads. It's called the Father's Nursing Assistant. What you do is you strap it on your chest. One side holds milk. The baby drinks from the other side, just like Robert De Niro's invention in Meet the Flockers, or Flockers. Remember that movie? It was called the mammary gland. Doesn't look like the real thing, the way the one does in the movie, but it can track your baby's feeding patterns, send the info to an app, and sense when your baby falls asleep. Oh, we just can't live without knowing all that from our telephone. Let our telephone tell us. Yes, in this world, we cannot possibly think for ourselves.
What are you doing there?
Well, during the breastfeeding stage, Greg, infants can get very confused and upset when they're separated from their mothers. So I invented something to ease LJ's anxiety during chow time. I call it the mammary gland. I had it made from an exact cast of Debbie's left bosom. Oh, yeah, okay. It's been so effective, I'm thinking of getting it patented. Would you like to touch it?
I wouldn't.
Oh, come on, feel how soft it is.
I can see how soft it is from here.
No, feel it, Greg.
It looks very, yeah.
Just feel the brush, Greg.
All right. There was another scene from that movie where De Niro really kind of puts it to Ben Stiller.
I had no idea you could milk a cat.
Oh, yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
There you go. Then he turned into a creep, De Niro. Okay. Now, this next bit, or soundbite, you have to be the judge. Is this being cruel to your wife? Or is it being funny? This is a great prank. A woman noticed her sister was selling, actually it's a friend, two sisters rivalry here, not husband and wife, but tell me if this goes too far. A woman noticed her sister was selling a creepy porcelain doll on Facebook because she was moving to a new house and getting rid of some stuff. So she bought it anonymously. Then she brought it to the new house and hid it in the basement and filmed her sister's reaction when she discovered that thing.
What are you talking about? Hey, go look. What? What? The insulation? Auntie, it's just a prank! It's just a prank! It's a prank! Calm down! I'm not a prank! It's a prank! Get out of my house right now! Get out! Sorry!
Yeah, all you needed was the creepy music to go along with it. Well, the New York Times, when they're not bashing on Trump, they run stuff like this. The New York Times talked to a doctor about our immune system and how it's becoming weaker because of stuff like antibacterial soap. And she said it might be a good idea to pick your nose and eat more boogers. This is true. She also said if you drop food on the floor, pick it up and eat it too. She was giving over-the-top examples, but the point is that our immune system is being deprived of the challenges that actually make them stronger. Remember that kid from Revenge of the Nerds?
Dawson, Dudley, call me Booger. All right, Booger.
Excuse, please, but why do they call you Booger?
I don't know.
You may have seen this next story on the news. Here's our good news for you today. A 17-year-old kid in New Jersey named Dylan Chaddick has been accepted into 17 colleges, even though he and his family have been in and out of homelessness. He's also a class president and a member of the Honor Society. He became a citizen after his family moved here from Trinidad when he was 7. And he has twin younger brothers with a serious heart condition. Here's Dylan's mom. Here's Dylan himself, his mom, and the director of the Women's Center who helped them get permanent housing.
NGCU, Ramapo, and Albright. I have to have a lot of determination. There's been a lot of people saying you're not going to achieve this, and me getting these acceptance letters kind of verifies what I've been saying, that I can do it and I will do it.
It's been hard financially. We've been homeless.
Putting herself out there like that basically made me more determined to never let us get back in that situation again.
She's a great example of doing all that's necessary to help her children.
The college in New Jersey, I haven't heard back yet, but that's my top score right now.
All right, well, congratulations. It can be done. You actually listen in class, do the homework, take tests, and quit finding a way to constantly put it off. Well, I'll take the makeup exam. I don't feel like it tonight, you know. Yeah. There's no discipline anymore. None. Kids today, man, they always come short of the expectation bar and always have an excuse for it. Not all, but some. I know our schools have a fight on their hands with parents who don't get involved with their students and see to it they do the work. They have that responsibility. You had the kids. It's not up to me to spoon feed them. It's up to you to make them do the work. Stay involved in there with what's needed from their teachers. Man, many teachers post all this stuff online so you can see what the assignments are. Get involved, make sure they're learned. That's your job. It's not all on the school to get it into your kid's head. Some of that has to come from home with discipline. Making them, give study time. And not have that TV on every second of the evening so they got nothing to do but watch it. Take their phones from them. So when they're in there to study, they study. Make them keep the door open. Lots of things you can do, but you got to rule your roost. And that starts at a young age. You don't have control of your kid. It's because you let them get away with too much. All right, turning to sports. A woman in Cleveland called 911 Tuesday night over someone running up and down the street, yelling and screaming and flailing her arms. Turns out it was just an excited kid who's a Cleveland Brown fan, and they just had signed Odell Beckham Jr. to the team.
911, what is your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I'm calling because there's someone up in front of our house. We just drove home, and he's yelling and screaming and, flailing his arms. And, I don't want to get my kids out of the car yet because I don't know what's going on. It looks like when he's running up and down the street, he's yelling.
And he was in your yard a moment ago?
Yeah, he's running from side to side on the street. He's not standing in one spot.
Okay. Celebrate. Good, clean celebration, and you get the cops pulled on you. Yeah. You call your dog, and the cops show up. Go figure. A lot of things Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman have said in the past are looking more and more ridiculous, starting to come back as the press digs into the past, and every square minute of their face on interviews and in episodes of their film production. Here's a real gem from an interview in 2017 where Lori says she doesn't believe in pushing her kids to get A's because in life doing your best is good enough.
You know what I don't ever do? I never push my kids to. I always say do the best you can. I was never that kid. My husband too, their dad. We were never like at school. You got to get straight A's. We were never those parents. We were always like, you know what? Give it your all. Do the best you can. Because in life, if you give it your all and you do the best you can, that's it. That's all you can do, and that's enough, in my opinion. Especially with kids, I think we put so much pressure and stress on them. A lot of it is unnecessary.
Oh, and life doesn't. Maybe some of it is necessary, so Mom and Dad don't have to buy them a school entrance. Just saying, the more you know.
Tracking a cold front that could bring us a couple of showers or thunderstorms as we head toward Friday. It will be quiet today, though. Just partly cloudy skies, breezy and warmer, with highs in the low to mid-70s this afternoon. Tonight, we'll have mostly cloudy skies, an isolated shower possible with low temperatures in the upper 50s. Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms with highs in the mid to upper 70s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump's southern border emergency declaration will be put to the test later today in the Senate, where there will be a vote on a resolution of disapproval.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says there's not much in the way of politics in the bill, not even a debate over the need for a wall.
It simply says that this is not an emergency.
But Texas Senator John Cornyn says for those living along parts of the border in his state, the crisis is real.
There is a humanitarian crisis at the border.
that was not manufactured by the Trump administration.
Brennan also notes that then-President Obama declared the situation to be a growing humanitarian and security crisis back in 2014. Bob Agnew, Capitol Hill.
The number of Democrats seeking the party's 2020 presidential nomination continues to grow. Former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke now saying that he is in the race. U.S. Airlines being told to keep their 737 MAX jetliners on the tarmac. The FAA ordering the planes grounded. FAA Acting Administrator Daniel Elwell says it follows two recent deadly crashes.
Why did the agency wait while other countries had grounded those jets?
We are a fact-driven, a data-based organization.
A Canadian aviation official says before both crashes, an automatic system kicked in to force the nose of the aircraft down. Boeing says it supports the FAA decision to ground the new jetliners, although it still has full confidence in their safety.
Correspondent Jackie Quinn. They're calling it a bomb cyclone, a late winter storm that's been pounding the Plains states. It's moving east. That storm packing winds of up to 100 miles per hour and heavy snow has stranded motorists and canceled numerous flights. Parts of Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota especially hard hit. Forecasters expect that storm to bring rain to the East Coast in the next few days. On Wall Street, Dow futures down 41 points. NASDAQ futures 6 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
It's probably been about 10 years ago. I had quite a few credit cards. The interest on the cards was really high. I was making the minimum payments, but barely. And it was just getting to be too much, so I called Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976 to talk to a certified counselor.
They met with me, and they were able to get all of my credit cards in one lower payment.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
They did help me learn how to manage my money. Now, we have a house, and we're doing a lot better.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
My name is Holly, and I am debt-free for keeps.
1-800-990-6976.
An international conference on the future of Syria has opened in Brussels. Goal, raise $9 billion to help Syrians uprooted by the country's long-running civil war.
80% of people are living in extreme poverty. Towns and cities are in ruins. Almost 6 million refugees fear what they may return to if they go back. Aid agencies are publicly appealing for billions of dollars to meet immediate humanitarian needs. Privately, they are frustrated that the European Union will not commit funds for reconstruction. The EU has said it wants to see a political settlement in Syria first.
That's a BBC's Imogene Folks. Malaysia's Attorney General ordering the murder case to proceed against a Vietnamese woman accused in the killing of the estranged half-brother of North Korea's dictator Kim Jong-un. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The college admissions bribery scandal shedding light on how an intensely competitive process is being gamed.
The college entrance bribery scandal is particularly dispiriting if your work is helping good students polish their applications.
I've got a lot of questions yesterday from friends and family saying, well, how many other people are doing this? And who knows? We don't know.
Rachel Beck helps students write their application essays. She says the competition for slots is more intense than ever. There's always been a backdoor to get the children of the wealthy into high-status schools. Big contributions. Now, Beck says, bribery appears to have opened up a side door as well. Warren Levinson, New York.
AT&T raising prices for its DirecTV Now streaming service while removing some networks from the cable-like television package. The changes coming just weeks after a U.S. appeals court upheld the company's Time Warner takeover, which the Justice Department had fought. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When I opened my business, I knew I needed insurance. How much, what kind, where to buy? No idea. A friend told me to call FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. My FCIG rep told me what I needed, and she showed me how to save on my home and car insurance, too. I was really surprised to find out that they represent over 3 dozen companies. Wow.
Time to call FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303. 910-692-8303.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out. Find out what you've been missing and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
You found it, your dream home. The perfect square footage on a quiet street. The Midtown condo with the amazing roof deck. The country house on some acreage. Or maybe it's a little bungalow on the beach. Whatever your dream looks like, First Bank offers personalized loan programs. Great rates and exceptional service every time for everyone. Dreams happen at First Bank. Learn more by visiting a local branch or go to localfirstbank.com/mortgage.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hi, it's Keith again from Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More in Southern Pines, your local elite Tempur-Pedic retailer. Look, I know buying a mattress can be intimidating, but if you got questions, ask an expert. At Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More, we have Tempur-Pedic experts on site waiting to answer your questions and to find the Tempur-Pedic mattress that fits you. Trust us to be your bed buying expert and even receive white glove delivery service complimentary with any Tempur-Pedic purchase. And see why we are voted Best of the Pines in 2018 at Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More in Southern Pines. Better sleep, sweeter dreams.
Aberdeen Prescription Shop is one of the best independent pharmacies. Despite the chain stores, customers prefer Aberdeen Prescription Shop for its personal service, drive-through window, and free delivery. All major insurance is accepted, including TRICARE. Order your prescriptions online at AberdeenRxShop.com or call 944-1313, 944-1313, or visit the Town and Country Shopping Center on US 1. Aberdeen Prescription Shop.
Just what the doctor ordered.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley with legal action regarding absentee ballots in the 9th District congressional race. Fresh in the news, the director of the State Elections Board discussed with lawmakers on Wednesday ways to make the system better. Kim Westbrook-Strack told lawmakers some changes are already being implemented.
We're simplifying our language. We're going to be doing that, and you'll see that if you are voting in either the 3rd Congressional District or the 9th Congressional District before municipal election.
Former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke is making it official. He's now the 13th Democrat to join the 2020 presidential race. Politico reporter Daniel Libman says O'Rourke's youth and limited experience cuts both ways.
Either he can win this time or be a VP to Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or, any number of candidates.
The massive late winter storm battering the Rockies to the Dakotas could bring up to a foot of snow in some places. Power has been knocked out. Roads and airports have been closed. Colorado has declared a state of emergency. WCBS-TV chief weathercaster Lonnie Quinn says it's a snowy hurricane.
It's really the wind that's the key factor here. And when it starts gusting at over 35 miles per hour, and we've had more than double that, the visibility collapses.
The haggling will soon begin at the Legislative Building as the General Assembly hammers out the budget. Democratic Governor Roy Cooper offered his own $25.3 billion plan, but State Senate leader Phil Berger says he disagrees with how much Cooper wants to borrow.
The state treasurer tells us that we have the capacity to borrow about $2 billion over the next 10 years, and Governor Cooper's budget calls for borrowing over $4 billion. So those are things that are concerns.
A small plane crash in Transylvania County last night leaves the pilots shaken up but not injured. Federal authorities will be in Transylvania County this morning to investigate. You're listening to NCN News.
Enjoy a new season of growth as UNC-TV presents its spring fundraiser full of fresh new shows, including North Carolina Night, from the Appalachian Mountains to the Atlantic Ocean. Join your favorite hosts showcasing the best of our state and get ready for some hot hit sounds from chart-topping pop star Neil Diamond. It all starts tonight at 7:30. Don't miss a moment of the action now through March 17th. See all that's on UNC-TV, PBS, and more at unctv.org/specials. The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to Charlotte. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradestateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T and Harris Teeter. For more information, visit PoweradestateGames.org.
Authorities have positively identified the body found Tuesday in Tarboro as Diana Alejandra Keel, according to the Nash County Sheriff, Keith Stone, who held a press briefing on Wednesday night. Diana's husband, Len, was brought in for questioning on Tuesday. He has since been released. Stone told the media last night.
He's still a person of interest. That is correct.
More than him?
During the investigation, I cannot say that there's not other people involved. I can't elaborate on that.
U.S. airlines scrambling to rebook passengers after the FAA suspended Boeing 737 MAX 8 and 9 jets. More from CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette.
One by one, the last of the Boeing 737 MAX jets landed safely throughout the United States. They were in the air when President Trump announced,
"We're going to be issuing an emergency order of prohibition to ground all flights of the 737 MAX 8 and the 737 MAX 9.
A plan for a state government to borrow money so school districts and the University of North Carolina and community college systems can replace aging buildings and expand has received preliminary approval in the State House. Self-driving cars appear to be the next big thing, and if that has you worried, a newly released survey says you're not alone.
Fears among motorists about self-driving vehicles are increasing. A AAA survey just out finds 71% wary of riding in them, a surge of 8% over a year ago. Right now, most people just don't trust them, worried the technology is still in the formative stages. While fully automated vehicles are said to be at least a decade away, experts believe those fears will fade with more testing, plus the introduction of more advanced driver assistance features such as automatic emergency braking and lane keeping. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
A nice day expected for today. We'll have partly cloudy skies. It will be breezy, but temperatures will be warmer with highs in the low to mid 70s. Mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight. Just a slim chance for a shower. Low temperatures will get down into the upper 50s. Friday, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. A couple of showers and a few thunderstorms possible, with highs in the mid to upper 70s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sandhills, sunny skies, 46 degrees, humidity 96%, dew point 45, pressure 30-24, wind southeast at 3. Visibility wide open at 10 statute miles. It is 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sandhills news this morning. The pilot reporting that Superintendent Bob Grimacy has proposed a $125.3 million budget, including $35.2 million in local funding. That's $4.2 more than the schools received from the county last year. After several successive years of cutting positions due to increasingly rigid guidelines on how local schools spend their fixed state funds, the proposed budget would support current staffing levels across the district and even fund new teachers and technology staff. It would also support raises for teachers as well as new systems for supporting staff like custodians and teacher assistants to earn more money based on their work experience. More than 100 people attended Monday's hearing. New positions and pay raises account for much of the proposed increase in the county funding. The proposed budget restores 15 teaching positions that were cut from the budget last year. Those cuts only affected students in grades 4 and up, as class sizes in kindergarten through 3rd grade are limited by state statute. Middle schools now have 25 students in the average class, and averages in 4th and 5th grade are even higher. Of those teaching positions, which come at a cost of $1 million, the district's enrollment projections indicate that 2 will essentially be required to fulfill the state's K-3 class size mandates without detracting further from older students. The other 13 would go to grades 4 and up. The district is actually likely to add around 9 new K-3 teachers, but the state, which has introduced funding specifically for art, music, and PE teachers, will indirectly fund 7 of them, as local funding can be shifted for paying those special teachers' salaries. The school board is expected to vote on the budget on May 8th. Grimacy will then present it to the county commissioners in May. April 8th. They were scheduled to vote on it. They will. I'll just say it again. The school board is expected to vote on the budget on April 8th. Grimacy will then present it to the county board in May. All right, we got it out. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes all your latest in sports right here on 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports. I'm Josh Zach. Excitement opened up the second round of the ACC tournament on Wednesday.
March Madness, it's all happening.
Yeah. The Wolfpack stormed back from a 16-point halftime deficit in their opening round game of the ACC tournament in Charlotte to beat Clemson 59-58. Markel Johnson hit 2 free throws with 2.6 seconds left to seal the rally. Wolfpack head coach Kevin Keats in his post-game press conference was asked what he said to his players at halftime to inspire them to launch and complete the second largest comeback in ACC tournament history.
I'm not a guy to yell all the time, but it was a little yelling going on, and we talked about play as hard as you can for 20 minutes, and we'll live with the results. That being said, I knew if we came out and we defended the way we were capable of, then obviously we would have a chance to win the game. And Markel made big shots down the stretch. You know, I can point to every guy in that locker room that played for NC State and not for each other. Give these guys credit. I thought they responded.
Also yesterday, Virginia Tech beat Miami, Louisville nipped Notre Dame, and Syracuse downed Pitt. Today, NC State has the tall task of taking on top-seeded Virginia. They'll play the opening round of quarterfinal action in Charlotte. The Hokies will go against Florida State, and Louisville will face Carolina, and the Orange will tip off against Duke in the nightcap. The Blue Devils are expected to have Zion Williamson back, but they will be without Marquise Bolden. Also on Wednesday, Roland Jackson had 21 points and 14 rebounds for North Carolina A&T as they edged Coppin State 82-79 in overtime in the quarterfinals of the MEAC tournament. The third-seeded Aggies will go against Dell State today. The AAC tournament will open today in Tennessee. East Carolina limping into the postseason. They face Wichita State in the nightcap of round 1. That game scheduled for 10 o'clock. This is NCN Sports.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
The Seattle Seahawks have agreed to sign Pro Bowl kicker Jason Myers to a 4-year deal. He was in camp with Seattle last season before losing the battle to Sebastian Janikowski. The New Orleans Saints have agreed to terms on a new 5-year contract with kicker Will Lutz. The Jacksonville Jaguars released Blake Bortles after officially agreeing to terms with quarterback Nick Foles. And a person with knowledge of a deal says cornerback Pierre Desir has agreed to a 3-year, $25 million deal to stay with the Colts. Tony Stewart headlines 6 new nominees who are eligible for induction into NASCAR's Hall of Fame. Stewart joins Neil Bonnet, Sam Ard, Marvin Panch, Jim Pascal, and Red Vogt as the new nominees. NASCAR also added 3 new nominees for the Landmark Award. Edsel Ford II of Ford, Pocono Raceway founder Dr. Joe Mattioli, and NASCAR president Mike Helton. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Most of us have to live on a budget. That's a fact. But smart budgeting doesn't always mean sacrifice. Hi, this is Charles McKnight. At Pinehurst Toyota Hyundai Pre-Owned, we seek to make your buying experience easy and enjoyable with no gimmicks and no games. We offer you a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks in every price range, starting as low as $59.95. with rates as low as 2.9%. For your peace of mind, all of our vehicles are Carfax certified and almost all are local trades. We don't believe any dealership will work more diligently than Pinecrest Toyota Hyundai to provide you with a quality vehicle that's Carfax certified at a better price. Why don't you drop by and experience for yourself the Pinecrest Toyota Hyundai difference.
7 days a week, we're on the job. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals. Fast, friendly, quality service. You know we can do it all. Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
At John Cole Plumbing, plumbing is what they do. That's why they are plumbing professionals. Plumbing all day, every day, with quality, honest service for you. Don't just call a plumber, call a professional. 910-639-4933. 639-4933.
Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
Aaron Cooper of Cooper Ford in Carthage wants you to know that you can't buy a new Ford for less anywhere else in the Sandhills, guaranteed. With 0% APR financing available and up to $15,000 off on select vehicles with approved credit.
I'm Aaron Cooper, and if you're in the market for a new Ford, what are you waiting for? You can't buy a new Ford car, truck, or SUV for less anywhere, guaranteed. Cooper Ford is the only locally and family-owned Ford dealership in Moore County. So that means we know the value of investing in our community, and that's why March is our Habitat for Humanity Appreciation Month, which means we'll donate $50 to Habitat for Humanity for every vehicle we sell during the month of March, with no games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing, and certified service after the sale. I'm Aaron Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Come in today and let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
It's the lowest price guarantee at Cooper Ford. Just a few short minutes from the traffic circle off 15501 in Carthage or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
For over 55 years, we know more. From 1960 to the present, Aberdeen Exterminating has been Moore County's local pest control professional of choice. Termite control, household pests, yard treatments, flea and tick control, routine and on-demand treatments, mosquito control, termite protection with available damage warranty, crawl space protection, new home pre-treats, foundation inspections, and moisture barriers. Aberdeen Exterminating does it all and does it well. Prompt, courteous, dependable service at a fair price. That's what you want, but don't take our word for it. Just ask around. Aberdeen Exterminating, locally owned, servicing Moore County since 1960. Call us today for a free inspection and free estimate. 944-2474. That's 944-2474.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Have you ever wondered how anyone could be an atheist? Or maybe I'm speaking to an atheist. If so, don't worry. I'm not going to try to convert you. I just want to talk about the amazing things that are all around us, and in fact, are us. The miracle, and it is a miracle, of birth is one of them. After we do our part, a human starts to grow. A little tiny being that continues to form and shape, and all of a sudden, presto, out comes a human. Look, honey, we made a human. Can you believe it? Look at our blood. What an amazing thing. We can't live without it. It flows through our bodies, doing all the amazing things it must do in order for us to stay alive. There are just enough little pathways to make certain this blood gets carried to all the right places. We've got eyes. Have you ever thought about these two little things that are located in just the right spot to guide us through all the things we do that require us to be able to see? Humans can walk, and our throats allow us to make sounds, and our brain turns those sounds into a language so that we can understand each other. I haven't even mentioned trees and grass and rain and stars and planets. I get it. You may not want to be a Christian. That's your decision. However, for the life of me, I do not understand how you might think that all of this happened just by chance with no creator. I can't help but think how blessed we are, and I hope you will too. Have a good weekend. from the Zumwalt zone.
Tracking a cold front that could bring us a couple of showers or thunderstorms as we head toward Friday. It will be quiet today, though. Just partly cloudy skies, breezy and warmer, with highs in the low to mid-70s this afternoon. Tonight we'll have mostly cloudy skies, an isolated shower possible with low temperatures in the upper 50s. Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms with highs in the mid to upper 70s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today we're celebrating my favorite number, 3.14-159-26535.
Oh, no, that's pie. Blueberry, blackberry. Blackberry, boysenberry. Boysenberry, huckleberry. Huckleberry, raspberry. Raspberry, strawberry. Strawberry, cranberry.
American pie, cherry pie, honey pie.
Pie! March 14th, Happy Pie Day.
Good Thursday morning to you.
Thirsty? Why so thirsty?
Thirsty, brother.
Good Thursday morning. So thirsty.
You're so thirsty right now.
God, I'm so thirsty.
Thirsty Thursday. Today on Thirsty Thursday.
You're a thirsty If we had an HR department, you would be in trouble right now.
What? Thirsty.
Let's get this show on the road.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Wheeler Adams, and don't forget, of course, this program being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is located. If you're just looking, you can also get that video stream online with the YouTube app. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. And if you're listening, just wanting the audio stream, we suggest tune in, iTunes, stream. Many apps will play us. Just put WEEB in the search. And if you're on the website, it's always available to you in the upper right-hand corner of every page at talk973.com. The little icon says listen live. Tap it once and you're listening that quick. Some of the 78,000 listening online this morning. We got Clayton online, Fuquay, Columbia, Missouri, Lenore, up in the mountains in North Carolina, Carolina Beach. So we're mountains to the sea today in North Carolina. Canada's online, Lebanon, New Jersey, West Fork, Arkansas. Let's see. Verona, Wisconsin, Chicago's online, Moose Lake, Manitoba, Canada, Philippines online. Let's see, Conway, Arkansas. I'm just picking some out at random here. Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, Ottawa, Canada. Robbins is online, and a lot just say United States. So listening with Roku. So you can get us with Roku too. How about that? All right. Weather-wise for us today here in the Sandhills area, it's going to be a nice day, rather warm for the next couple of days. Look for partly cloudy today with a high of 76 tonight, partly cloudy 63. Then tomorrow, mostly cloudy, showers likely, high of 78, 50-50 shot on those showers, and a 60% chance tomorrow night with a low of 48. Saturday, sunshine and 60 for the St. Patty's Day Parade in downtown Pinehurst, beginning at 11 o'clock. Saturday night, clear and 40. Then for Sunday, look for mostly sunny with a high of 58 degrees. Let's see. Sunday night, clear and 41. Monday, mostly sunny, 60. Tuesday, 57. And Wednesday, 59. Right now, around the Sandhills, winds are southeast at 3. Visibility, 10 statute miles. Pressure is 3024, dew point 45. Humidity 96%. It's sunny and 46 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, 8:29 now, past the hour on this Thursday morning. The Colonel was scheduled to be here, but he caught the cold. Seems like everybody's having some experience with it. Not everybody, most everybody. I had a little experience with it for a few days there myself last weekend and into the early part of this week. But I think we got it under control now. And so anyway, we'll see how the colonel works out. Maybe he'll be here tomorrow. Looking at, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's stay on our normal. Well, let's do this. Things we need to know so we don't sound stupid today. New Mexico is looking to become the first state with state-run pot shops. Well, you know why? Pretty much falls in line with ABC stores. That way the state gets all the tax. The Catholic Diocese of Brooklyn is asking Saturday Night Live for an apology after Pete Davidson compared R. Kelly to the Catholic Church last weekend. I'm sorry, Pete doesn't do apologies. He just does more crappy comedy, if you call it comedy. Catherine Schwarzenegger says that Chris Pratt has been very involved in planning their upcoming wedding. Some women are vowing not to have children until climate change is reversed. Well, good. That way we don't have any other nut jobs walking the face of the earth like you. New study says that breathing in before doing something may actually make a person do better at it. Okay. The former NBC, see, it didn't work. The former NBC staffer who brought down Matt Lauer on the Today Show is now shopping around for a tell-all book. You know NBC gave her a bunch of money. They're not going to press charges on him. But now she wants more. A tennis coach who worked with the family of former President Barack Obama was among the 50 people charged on Tuesday in a college admission scheme. That always seems to get to the top, doesn't it? Rite Aid announced they're cutting 400 jobs. Yeah, close another checkout line here so you get to wait even longer behind the lady with the basket full of junk and your newspaper coupons, and one of the coupons won't scan, and you got to call the manager up there. See, why in the world is not scanning while you wait and wait and wait and wait? You've been there. You know what I'm talking about. That's why their business is down by 400 new jobs. Alex Trebek is back on the job and taping more episodes of Jeopardy! You know, I wish him the best with that pancreatic cancer. I hope he finds a path to beat it. I truly do. But I wonder what Jeopardy! Will do if it does get him and he passes. Are they going to take off all the episodes that he had recorded? Wonder how they'll work that. But let's hope he pulls through. Because I've seen reality TV shows where patients have gone into the hospital with pancreatic cancer, and they made them a new pancreas out of intestines, I believe it was. Or they transplanted one in. I can't remember how they did it. But I know it's not the end of the world. It's a tough one to beat. I do know that. Survival rate is not good. Today's impossible question. 72% of people in a new poll say they sleep better and are happier the more they do this. What is it? 72% of people in a new poll say they sleep better and are happier the more they do this. Correct answer. It's hard to believe. Clean the house. Clean the house. 29% of men have borrowed deodorant from their girlfriend. Now, that's homophobic, isn't it? Maybe they have a boyfriend. Well, you know. Parents will spend $1,534 this summer on the cost of food and drinks for kids. I think that's underestimated. There are about 500,000 tweets about the weather every day. What's the number one topic on your Twitter? The weather. 75% of people would give up watching TV, shopping, and using a cell phone for a flatter stomach. The majority of adults remember their first car more than their first kiss. 3.5 million Americans age 85 and older are still driving. Say it isn't so, Joe. Yeah, I get behind them every day. Boy, they can keep that 25-mile-an-hour speed right there. Got it down pat. And that left turn blinker on the whole time. 65% of school moms say watching the kids play sports stresses them out the most. I shouldn't pick on the elderly. I'm not that far from it. We can learn a lot from them if we just listen. All right. Let's move on to our morning rim shots. Rachel Madcow has the top show on cable now. You ever notice how I think NBC's using subliminal techniques to hypnotize you? Because their viewers, after if they keep them there for a little while, all of a sudden they lose the ability to turn off the TV. And yes, everything you say is absolutely the truth, although we know it's a lie. And sooner or later it'll be a truth. It's like they know there's not going to be an inclusion on Donald Trump, so they're capitalizing on General Flynn's sentencing and how they got an update on it yesterday. And, but we're going to get him. He's going to be sentenced. We just don't know what yet, but we know that Russian collusion's there. We know because he's guilty. And he did some bad things and lied about it. And then you got Paul Manafort yesterday being sentenced by a Trump hater. Felicity Huffman was arrested at gunpoint. I didn't say he shouldn't be sentenced. I didn't say that. We broke the law, but I wonder if we ever would have known had there not been the Mueller probe. Go get him, Robert. Go get him. And those will just have to fall in his wake. Robert Mueller's been tied to a lot of things that aren't so ethical either, but of course, they don't go after him about it. No. He's above the law. Felicity Huffman was arrested at gunpoint and appeared in court. On the bright side for her, well, it was her announcement that her teenage daughter just won the Nobel Prize for Physics, Now, her daughter was out on a yacht, believe it or not, of a UCLA board of directors yacht yesterday. They said, maybe you need to come home, Mom just got arrested because of you. Well, not because of you, because of what she did for you. Maybe you can show a little compassion, get the hell off the yacht, and come home. Isn't school in session? Lori Loughlin surrendered to federal authorities yesterday morning after being charged with college admissions bribery. And she brought John Stamos with her so, he could beg the authorities to have mercy. Kim Kardashian is paying 5 years of rent for a recently paroled inmate. Well, isn't her heart just as big as her rear end, huh? A-Rod and J-Lo have set a wedding date, but you can count on the divorce date being 1 week later. R. Kelly, he says that his spirit told him to give that CBS interview with Gayle King. When reached for comment, his spirit said, don't drag me into this mess, buddy, I tell you. Michael Caine turns 86 today. Still working. Must be weird at that age where your last name is also what you use to get around. I don't know. Mike Tyson says he would never let his children near Michael Jackson. He explained that his children were already in enough danger from having to be near, Mike Tyson. Facebook and Instagram were down for hours for most users yesterday, which would explain why assistants to Kylie, Kendall, and Kim made sure to keep them away from sharp objects. Oh, no, my Instagram can't get to it. Oh, stab me in the eye. At a conference, Dick Cheney grilled Mike Pence about the Trump administration's foreign policy. Cheney is unhappy with the administration's noticeable lack of wars. Study found that you ever wonder what the Middle East would be like if we never went into Iraq? Do you? Of course, it's all chaotic over there, but wasn't it kind of in balance and in check with each other? Although they all want to kill us. Just curious what it would have been like. Study found that actors literally shut down certain parts of their brain when they pretend to be someone else, which explains why so many actors who pretend to be baristas at Starbucks get your name wrong, right? And they shut down their entire brain when they agree to pay big bucks to someone in a college admissions scheme. Half of the U.S. adults have some form of heart disease. It can be fixed with diet and exercise, which is why half of U.S. adults will continue to have some form of heart disease. Afternoon naps lower blood pressure, but it raises the blood pressure of your passengers if you take it in the middle of your Uber shift. And potato chips are one of America's top 5 guilty pleasures when it comes to food. And by the way, eating potato chips is the closest many Americans get to a vegetable these days. Those are your rim shots. In honor of today being Albert Einstein's day, Pi Day, 3.14, please enjoy this list of the top Albert Einstein fun facts. These are Albert Einstein fun facts. Thanks to his 160 IQ, Felicity Huffman didn't have to bribe anyone to get him into college. He wrote his first essay on theoretical physics when he was 16. Altogether now, nerd. He was a diehard fan of Galileo. In fact, his parents remembered when they wondered why he never met any girls. Every year, until he was 19, his father at tax time called him a brilliant deduction. Albert Einstein's brain was 15% larger than yours or mine. Okay, yours, I'm in radio, obviously, is 45% larger than mine. Einstein married his cousin, sparking someone to think that, let's try that one again. Einstein married his cousin, sparking some to think that he wasn't just Jewish, he was also Arkansalan. There you go. That's the word I was working on. He needed at least 10 hours sleep a day. 10 hours of sleep a day. So he would have loved C-SPAN, wouldn't he? He never learned how to swim, but then Michael Phelps never learned to explain the universe, so it's a wash there. He didn't produce anything of significance during his latter years of life, just like the Rolling Stones. And the last interesting fact about Albert Einstein, he had an illegitimate daughter, even though he never played in the NBA. Those are your fun facts about Albert Einstein. All right, it is 8:44, 44 past the hour. On this Thumping Thursday with the Leader Man.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
I knew it was.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were...
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Stand up and strut across the floor and style the dude, John Wayne. Open up those closet doors with some authority. Reach in and grab one of our 30 Liberty safes. Let's see. We're going to mosey over here to safe number 21. Open her up. Reach in and grab our weapon of choice. They won't pick out a Smith & Wesson 45. No. No. Reach back here and get this one. The Colt 45 Peacemaker. Yeah. Wide herb time. Throw that into the holster. Pin on our badge. Grab pockets and some whoop ass. Because we're now out the door. A relentless pursuit of super criminal news. Stupid criminal news number one this morning. The level of insanity that happens at a fast food drive-thru never ceases to amaze me. A 22-year-old woman in Omaha got rear-ended at a Taco Bell drive-thru just before 2 a.m. on Monday. But the guy who hit her denied doing it. It's not clear if he bumped her to make her order faster or it was just an accident. But she threatened to call the police, so that's when he went nuts. She started filming, so he got out of his car, grabbed the phone from her, and threw it into the snow. And then he got back in his car, hit the gas, and started pushing the SUV to the drive-thru lane. And that's not even the craziest part. He got out of his car again, jumped into her car, and drove it straight into a light pole. Apparently, the guy's girlfriend was also there, tried to punch the woman as well. You get him, Pablo. Hit him. But an employee managed to block the punch and separated them. The couple was gone by the time the police got there, but the woman did get their license plate number. Last we heard, the police were tracking him down. Stupid criminal news number two. Are you sick of winter? Ready for the first day of spring next week? If so is this idiot. 37-year-old guy in northern Michigan got his car stuck in the snow on Tuesday. The police showed up after there were multiple reports of gunshots. So who got shot? Well, thankfully, no one did. Turned out the guy was so angry he couldn't get his car out. He started shooting the snowbank he was stuck in. Police found a Glock in his car and several shell casings on the ground next to the snowbank. So he shot it multiple times. Police realized he was drunk, you think? And arrested him. It's not clear what charges he's facing now. That, my friends, is stupid criminal news for this Thursday. All righty. Whizzing right through here. Okay, it's 8:48 past the hour. And that brings us to this part of the program, the part that everybody waits for because you can participate by putting your fingers up as called for.
And now it's time for...
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Random facts for this Thursday. Maybe a spare if you're good. No one's sure exactly which place in New Orleans was the inspiration for House of the Rising Sun. There are theories it's a hotel, club, restaurant, brothel, or jail. Before the 1920s, the movie industry wasn't in Hollywood. They filmed in Jacksonville, Florida in the winter, and New York the rest of the year. But Jacksonville politicians eventually kicked them out, and the whole industry moved to L.A. Guess they weren't too bright in Jacksonville back then, were they? Or maybe they were geniuses. New Zealand is named after a province in the Netherlands called Zeeland, spelled Z-E-E-L-A-N-D. And a Dutch explorer was the first person to spot New Zealand in 1642, not counting all the native people who already lived there. The first animated movie ever released in England was Animal Farm in 1954. It was funded by the CIA as part of a push to create more anti-communist propaganda. Mark Hamill is now older than Alec Guinness was when he played Obi-Wan in the original Star Wars. Hamill was 67, Guinness was 63. And that's your random facts for today. All right, it is 50 now before top of past the hour, 10 before the top. A lot of this stuff is just too gross. All right, let's go Hollywood on you. Let me get back up to my notes. Things we just can't live without knowing. Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, we all know he likes him young. Not R. Kelly young, mind you. But he's obviously isn't interested in a woman his own age. And he gives this lady a limited shelf life like that would make you, our dear president, jealous. Anyway, the fact is, Leo has never been attracted to a woman over the age of 25. And someone made a handy graph to prove it. In 1999, when Leo was 24, he hooked up with an 18-year-old, Giselle Bündchen. They broke after 5 years, and in 2004, he was 29, and she was 23. In 2005, he started dating Bar Raffelli. I hope that is right. Anyway, he was 30, she was 20. That lasted until 2010 when he was 35 and she had reached the ripe old age of 25. And in 2011, he dated Blake Lively, who was 23 to his 36. The following year, he hooked up with Erin Heatherton, who was 22. From 2013 to 14, he dated Tony Garn. By the time they broke up, she was 21. He was 39. In 2015, he fooled around with some old hag named Kelly Rothbach, who was 25. He never had to buy her a 26th birthday present. In 2016, he hooked up with Nina Angel. I guess this is how it's pronounced. But he got rid of her after she turned 25 the following year. And now he's on with a young lady named Camilla Moran. She's 21. He turned 44 this past November. Yes, he's learned those secret pickup words. I'm very rich. You know, that tradition of asking a woman's parents before you propose is a little out of date. But in Britney Spears' case, it's not just a tradition, it's the law. Remember she ran out and got married real quick one day? Britney's dad, Jamie, still has her conservator. It's still her conservator, so he gets to call it. Source says, quote, Britney can't marry unless Jamie approves it. And Jamie is inclined not to because it would only create complicated legal issues. Sounds like a crazy way to live, but Jamie has kept things from falling apart for more than 10 years now. And we all know that when things fall apart for Britney, they really fall apart. And last month, Matthew Perry tweeted that he got kicked out of therapy. He never said why, but the not always reliable Radar Online claims is because he was too focused on sex. So-called source says, quote, Matthew got kicked out because he was too busy with models. He's texting, though, a dating app. He wasn't concerned. He was worrying everyone. They needed him to be focused on sobriety, not taking that seriously and not trying to hook up. Okay. Don't care about that. Oh, here, Kelly Ripa. More Hollywood stuff, except she's in New York. She still has not forgiven Michael Strahan for bailing on Live in 2016 for a spot on Good Morning America. But this could be even worse. The not always reliable Life and Style magazine says that after less than 2 years, Ryan Seacrest wants to quit Live with Kelly and Ryan. Source says Kelly knows he's getting homesick for the West Coast because he's been talking about it a lot lately. So she flat out asked him if he was trying to leave, and he told her he would honor his contract. But on the down low, he's looking for a way out early. The sources said, quote, Kelly would be devastated if he left. The last thing Kelly wants to do is have to find another co-host. Seems like I don't watch it, see it, if I'm out somewhere, I might bump into the show. Seems like Ryan is on, what's the word I'm looking for? Not dressed to be there. Looks like he just crawled out of bed and walked to the set, and they slips on a pair of dress shoes, no socks, that kind of thing. Until it's almost a fashion now, no socks. A suit too damn tight for you. A coat that, barely will reach around your midriff and button. But if you breathe in, it looks too tight. I hate that style, really do. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. And, let me get back up here. There you go. Recent poll asked 2,000 people what they spent their disposable income on. Disposable income, of course, is after you pay all your bills and responsibilities, those things that you have to pay, like your car payment, house payment, those type of things. And you got a little bit left over, hopefully. That's called disposable income. What do people spend it on? They polled 2,000 people to find out. It was done in England, but most of them translate to the U.S. Here are the top 10 things we spend money on after our bills are taken care of, or for some people before the bills are paid. Number 1, eating out at restaurants. Number 2, vacations. Number 3, clothes. Number 4, entertainment, including things like movies. Number 5, our hobbies. Number 6 was books. 7, going to a bar. Our pets were 8th. Gadgets and electronics, 9th. And rounding out the top 10, music or concert tickets. There you go. 30% of the people in the poll said they probably have more disposable income if they were a little better at budgeting. All right, so it goes for this Thursday. We'll see you back tomorrow for bright and early for a TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways, because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans, they have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at the hot, steamy dog park.